Is there money in the Turo business? And how many vehicles do you have on Turo?
So I have 17 now. I had 23.
Okay.
There's been some changes over the years,
Okay.
which that comes with entrepreneurship. But is there money in Turo? Yes.
Okay.
Big fat yes.
Oof.
I thought Turo was saturated myself.
Me too.
I was like, it's everybody, I don't know if so I looked up a statistic. Enterprise did 50 billion last year. Something crazy.
$50 billion.
50 billion. 50 billion. Yup, fact check me on that. 50 B's.
Wow.
Turo only did 300 million. So you're talking about another option in the same industry, and we're wondering, it's not even close to saturated. So many people don't know about it yet, it will blow your mind. There's so many small cities. It's just like Airbnb. Airbnb, when it first started, was like, okay, you find it in the big cities, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm from a small town in Indiana, Muncie, Indiana. You go to Muncie, Indiana now, you'll find Airbnbs. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you didn't find any. The thing is going to continue to grow. Turo is almost a no-brainer. If you have a job and you're getting income, W-2 income, and you want to also flex and get you a car, get you some depreciation deductions, get you a K1, it's a no-brainer.
So would you say Turo is more of a income generating tool, or is it more of a depreciation tool for you?
It depends on your market, depends on your strategy, depends on your play, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's been more of, right now, right, it's been more of a depreciation expense. So basically, I've been able to get all of my tax dollars back.
Because you're depreciating cars.
Because of the Turo business I run.
Yeah. One of my friends was telling me, I'm thinking about getting an actual studio. And he was like, man, that's a good depreciation play for you. He was like, because you can write off the depreciation if you buy the actual spot. And I was like, okay, cool. So I've been learning more and more and more about, that stuff on this level, right?
Yeah.
But going back to the Turo thing, I think the Turo thing is smart because it could be a depreciation asset thing and it could be a income. I remember one time I went and, actually, no, I didn't do it. This was when CJ came into town and he rented a Turo car when he came into town. And this one was living in Nashville. And the young lady who he rented it from was a huge fan of what we do here on the show. And so when we dropped off the car, she was like, yo, I started doing this because you turned me on to it. I was like, really? I said, tell me more about it. She was like, yeah. She's like, I work from home. I was like, okay, cool. And I go to school. And I was like, you go to school, so how you get to school? She said, I'm on school online. I said, okay, cool. She said, so since I'm here throughout the week, why not just rent out my Turo car? I get the money. He pays my mortgage, he just paid, not my mortgage, he just paid my car note for the month off of 1 week, And then now, when I rent out the next week's, it's all profit in the bank. I'm just throwing that towards paying off my debt. And then she hit me with, and I get to write it off because it's a business expense. And I was like, that's a smart young lady. Because she lived in a beautiful, nice little condo downtown. Was it downtown, CJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was downtown. And I was like, okay. And I mean, she drives a Mercedes something. It's a Mercedes like C-Class.
Yeah. Great car for Turo.
Great car for Turo. And I was like, yo. But she was smart. She was like, all right, cool. I'm working a full-time job. I'm answering calls at home. She's doing call center stuff. I'm in school full-time at home. She's like, so I'm sitting at home every single day for the week. And she lived at this spot to her right across the street was Whole Foods.
Yeah.
So she can go to the grocery store. She can catch an Uber right down the street to go to a restaurant because she lived downtown. Right across the street from her, across from attached to Whole Foods, was the post office. So she can mail out stuff, but she needed to mail out stuff. Like, she was in a prime location to where she really didn't need a vehicle, especially if she was going downtown, because she would have to park in the garage anyways, or she would have to pay for parking. So why not just either walk to the spot or catch a $5 Uber? And so I was like, that is brilliant. And it goes back to what you're teaching. Work your job.
Yeah.
But then maximize the part-time income. So 17 cars.
Yeah.
That's a lot, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. You don't have to do as much as I do. I do entrepreneurship.
You manage all that though, because you kind of remind me of my boy Matty J.
Yeah.
Matty J out of Atlanta got like 50 cars.
Yeah.
But he got like them big boy cars.
Yeah.
Because he's in Atlanta. But how are you managing 17 cars on the side when you also have a full-time job?
Yeah, I learned from Matty, and how I did it, like I said, for the first start with one, whoever's doing this, because this is a play. Run it.
Right.
If you have a job, it makes no sense not to.
Right.
Start with one. Mm-hmm. I managed that myself for a few months. I had to get another car anyway because of the kids.
Okay.
So I was going to get another car anyway. If it didn't work, we was going to have a car for the kids.
Yeah.
Put two up there. The demand was there. So I start renting it because people needed it, right? So it was out there. So I had two cars. Then over that course of time, I jumped up to 20 plus. For 6 months, I managed it myself so I could learn the ins and outs, understand what people are going to go through. And then I started telling people, hey, I need help. Started asking for help. And that's something I feel like we don't do enough. Ask for help. Ask people for help. And I ended up getting help. And somebody came along and they helped me manage the cars. They simply drop them off, do a lot of the pickups, do the cleanups, and they have their systems. There's programs out there where they can see the activity on Turo, and so they can actually help manage the process for you. So not only do you start learning how to lead people and get used to like ownership and leadership, you also get the benefit of running a whole business, and they get the benefit of being put to work, and you're helping out your community, and you get the deductions. It's the list goes on and on.
So on average, how much are you making a month with 17 cars?
I think my numbers are.
Or he pulling out the phone.
Yeah,
My man said, "I'm going to the phone. I'm just going to tell you the numbers, my guy."
Yeah.
You know
So right now, this year, we're at 124,000. 124,000 is the revenue we've generated this year off of 17 cars.
July, you made $19,000.
Yep. And there's 3 we just put up there because I was busy doing some other stuff. There was 3 I just had sitting that I had on a different program that I pulled over to Turo. So there's some noise in that. But yeah, 124,000. It's possible, folks.
Wow.
And I still have a job.
I mean, I'm looking at the numbers. Like I'm looking at the numbers. Wow. All right, so what's the play? Do you get Lamborghinis? Do you get big boys? Or do you just go get the everyday Toyota, Hondas, affordable vehicles?
So the play is I have both, right? I have very luxurious cars because that's what I wanted to drive.
Okay.
Right? So if you want to drive a luxury car and you want to offset the payment or you want to fully pay it off, depending on how much you want to share it, do that.
Okay.
Get you a luxury.
Okay.
If you want to make money, you got to go where the volume is at, right? Everything is a good, better, best. Value, good, better, best. If you do the value economy play, it's very likely you're going to have a lot of demand, a lot of traffic, and your payment, if you buy it right. Now, you need training on this, and I'll help you understand how to do this properly because you can get into a car lot, into a sales guy, and he going to play you, and you're going to be buying all this extra stuff, and now you buying stuff that makes the car not even, you done paid more than what it's worth.
Right.
So you don't want to do that. But if you buy it right, get you an economy car, you're going to make money. I mean,
money.
It's a no-brainer. I don't care where you're at. You're going to make money.
Well, my people know I teach them how to buy right because we going to buy cash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can go out there and buy you, you can do it right and spend 10, 15 grand and get you a good economy car. And then what I'm seeing, like if you made 18 grand in 1 month, you know what I'm saying, and you can get that back hopefully within the first year. That's off of 17 cars.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But if you get you one, buy it right, set good little cash car. Okay, let me see what you got.
So this Nissan Versa, I just put this up at the end of May. So let's see, May, June, July, August, September.
It's already made almost $4,000.
$4,000. It probably cost me $200 a month. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So maybe $1,000 is what it cost me. It's already generated $4,000. So I'm giving up the play right here. That's it.
Wow, you got an Audi A7, you got an Audi A8, you got a Range Rover.
Yeah.
You got Porsches.
I have a lot of luxury cars.
Yeah.
So
And
then
I'm saying your number one income is the Q7. That Q7, I can see that making a bang.
yeah, it's a nice
It's
family
a nice
car.
family car, and it's not too expensive.
3
but
rows.
It's real nice. That Cayenne is doing good for you.
Yeah.
That's your number 2 car.
Yeah.
That Audi, the 2007 Q7 is doing pretty good for you. Cool, man. This is good.